You have to be very careful what you ask for, because every single year in one of the celebrations, if not both, there's a very dangerous unit, if not one, more than that, and after it arrives in the game, people very much so regret it. If the 7th anniversary has already got you thinking that MUI Goku is super overpowered, well, there's a very high chance he will get eclipsed very soon. Well, I thought we should go through some possibilities, because there's always two types of units that always do this. Choose your poison. It's a Gohan or a Fusion Warrior. And I'll tell you for sure, when it comes to these two, the developers do not hold back. Question for you guys, would you prefer a Fusion Warrior or a Gohan this anniversary? And obviously we're talking Gogeta and Vegito only. Let's get into this. So first we should go into every single anniversary where there was a quote-unquote broken unit. So let's start at the first anniversary. Should go without saying, Legends Limited Super Vegito in an absolute league of his own. Love his reveal to this day, beautiful looking, especially for the time, only 1 year into the game. In the second anniversary, we got easily top 3 most dangerous units in Dragon Ball Legends history. Legends Limited Vegito Blue was the first unit in the game to have supreme impact damage on his ultimate. He has a lock-in blue and his combo potential was out of this world, and that was very dangerous because you weren't able to cover change more than once. So you know, usually you can cover change, then you could switch again and you'd have to wait for both of your units 10 timer counts each. Well, once you do that first one back in the day, you couldn't do a second one, and they had to change that. Nasty unit right here. In the third anniversary, you might think I was gonna say Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. You might think I was gonna say Corrupted Zamasu, but both of those guys are the wrong answer. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the BoJack movie, absolute menace. This guy was a problem, real big problem, and lasted for a very long time. The revival layer made him especially dangerous, but also having his blue card damage that he can stack up from pressing arts cards and destroying his cards, crazy work from him. In the fourth anniversary, we've got Ultra Super Vegito. Although a lot of people would debate that he wasn't the most broken, and if you're wondering who else was, some people might say MUI Goku, but I think a lot of people would mention the tag droids. Personally, my most hated unit in Dragon Ball Legends history. They literally can just combo for free and take your vanish. Plus with the reverse type, this is a unit that didn't even release in the anniversary, owning the anniversary. But even though Ultra Super Vegito was type disadvantage, that counter did so much damage. You see the damage that MUI Goku is currently doing right now? Ultra Super Vegito's doing that on his strike counter, which is great. He also has endurance, the combo potential at that time, probably the highest in the game, the vanish restore on the main, and his ultimate is going to nuke almost everybody in the game. Easy type neutral too through his green card. And now we get to the 5th anniversary. Gold Frieza of course existed, so this is another rare exception, but I don't really want to count them because the developers went out their way to give them additional buffs. Not even a platinum equipment or a Zenkai, just straight up changed the mechanics in their kit. Literally not following the rule, and not under normal circumstances too. Had to get a magic buff. So without a doubt, Ultra Vegito Blue takes the cake, and we saw how well he aged with all these counters going out his way. Nasty work. You just can't get past him. When it came to straight damage output, without the need of many Zenkai buffs in his prime, one-on-one, Ultra Vegito Blue is him. There's a reason so many people glaze him. Literally the Michael Jordan of Dragon Ball Legends. People don't want to let go. And the previous anniversary now, the 6th anniversary, we get Fusing Super Vegito with the Rising Rush mechanic. I'm definitely not mentioning Fusing Gogeta Blue. But even then, I wouldn't say Fusing Super Vegito was the guy that really brought the game to its knees. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta without a doubt. If you didn't have him, you might want to put the game down because this unit will one-shot you, and to get past him, you have to one-shot him, or you're gonna have to get priority 4 times because he will have 3 counters, and then the 4th one will be the only time he will have an opportunity to be taken down because his counter won't trigger. Really annoying to bypass, but again, meeting the rule. Fusion Warriors or Gohan. I didn't go through the festival because right now we're in the 7th anniversary, but you guys would know we've got Fusion Warriors almost every single time. So Gogeta Blue would be the first 2020 festival, then we got Ultra Super Gogeta in the 2021 festival, then we got Ultra Gogeta Blue in the 2023 festival, then we got Red Beast Gohan in the 2024 festival, though Ultra UI was right there, if not better. And then in the 2024 festival, we get Ultra Beast Gohan. That special beam cannon is ripping through anyone. free kill in his prime. So yeah, let's get into some possibilities we could get this year. So we should start with the Fusion Warriors, and I think if we're going to start with Fusion Warriors, we should start with Super Gogeta, the most anticipated Legends Limited that we would get. Without a doubt, he's the one missing. Within the last year, we've got every single Fusion Warrior in some way, shape or form except Super Gogeta. We got Fusing Super Vegito, we got Fusing Gogeta Blue, we got Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then we got Vegito Blue in the festival. So naturally, Super Gogeta has high odds from a lot of the audience. We're also just due a movies unit. In almost every single celebration, we get a movies unit. So I think a movies unit is coming up, and given the tags he has, he would add more diversity to the current meta and the anniversary as a whole. We've got Dragon Ball Super Gogeta. Now, I'm not talking about Gogeta Blue. At the maximum, it needs to be Super Saiyan Gogeta. So we only have one variation of this Gogeta, and it was actually the first Dragon Ball Super Gogeta to drop in Dragon Ball Legends. It's the blue sparking, and he has the Stardust 4 blue card that can be upgraded and lock in, I believe. If they drop a Legends Limited with that or an Ultra, I think that would have everybody literally stunned. It will look beautiful, it'll be beautiful, but I'm certain they would make this unit absolutely broken. But only Gogeta from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie if he stops at Super Saiyan or he's just a Super Saiyan, so he can go base the Super Saiyan. I would preferably not want him to be a transforming unit, but if they do make him a transforming unit, don't make him go blue. Possible contender, but I'm against this one personally for this anniversary. We've got the Fusing Tag 4s, mainly because we got Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta last year. I wouldn't want another Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but they would be bringing back the synchro mechanic from last year, which I think a lot of people would like regardless. Also, with the last two parts, they could be Gogetas that fuse too, but personally, I wouldn't want a repeat of the things from the 6th anniversary, so I think they should leave the synchro mechanic out of this celebration, but it is a possibility nonetheless. It would bring more buffs to GT, so they don't go a whole nother year without giving GT anything. We would see Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, and then they can fuse into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And of course, in their bigger celebration, it's very unlikely that we will not get a Vegito this year. We've got a Vegito literally every single year in some way, shape or form, so if they were going to drop a Vegito, I would think it would be a Vegito Blue out of any Vegito, given that they dropped Super Vegito literally last year. They wouldn't go for the same Vegito 2 years in a row in my opinion. I know we did get a Vegito Blue in the festival, so in general a Vegito seems unlikely, but if it's going to be any, a Vegito Blue makes the most sense to me. It could be a unit that has revival maybe into Sword of Hope Trunks, considering that they did not finish the fight as Vegito, or maybe we could see the idea of time transformations coming back. So you start the battle and you only have 60 time accounts to use Vegito Blue, then beyond that you're Sword of Hope Trunks, but it would still mean you're fighting as Vegito Blue, and then even then it's not just a time transformation. If you get taken out, it counts as a revival, so it will double as a time transformation and also a revival. Just an idea that I had, and it's a possibility I could see. Future has got buffs this year, so if you want to count a Vegito Blue, I wouldn't just yet. Now we got some Gohan options, legitimate Gohan options. So first we're starting with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. It could be a remake of the Legends Limited Father Son Kamehameha. We did get some Cell Saga this year, and I know a lot of people are coping for it. Personally, I don't think we will be getting a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the Cell Saga, but it's not impossible, and it would be hype in my opinion. I think it's very likely to be a Legends Limited, super unlikely to be a Ultra, but considering the unit at all, that is also not the most likely. But it shouldn't be counted out. Like I said, we did get Cell Saga this year, so it's something you might want to consider. We've got Beast Gohan. Now, I know a lot of people do not want another Beast Gohan, but a lot of people would eat up another Beast Gohan. And I think the only way we get another Beast Gohan is if they go the route of making it a tag unit with Orange Piccolo. We get something like the Dokkan Battle unit, so it's a game originals in a sense, and I think that would make sense. But a Beast Gohan alone, we've already got the blue Beast Gohan that just starts as Beast Gohan. We've got the transforming Beast Gohan, and we have the Ultra Beast Gohan. I don't see us getting another one standalone, so if we did get one, I would assume Orange Piccolo would be on that unit. And my most likely version of Gohan that we would get is a remake of the Super Saiyan 2 Bojack movie Gohan. That Gohan there is really nice, and I think if we did get one, he wouldn't be a transforming unit. He would just start as Super Saiyan 2, having him be in his strongest form, which means that he would just go all out off rip. An absolute cracked unit. I could see it right now, because even the revival version was nasty, even the 1% sparking version was nasty. I could easily see this one having potential for sure, and if it's going to be any variation of Gohan, I'd want it to be this one specifically. Now, I did mention one earlier in the video, but I wanted to talk about game originals a little bit. There was one I didn't mention, and it was the idea of a Super Saiyan God Vegito, and then for Gohan it would be a Beast Gohan Orange Piccolo. These are two options that we have for game originals that have been in speculation for the past year, but I don't think either of them are likely. But I still wanted to throw them up in the air because I feel like a lot of people have dreams, and I think if any of these did drop, they would be absolutely broken units and everybody would summon for them, specifically a Super Saiyan God Vegito, but even the Beast Gohan Orange Piccolo would do numbers. And I'm gonna leave a question for you guys in this segment. I appreciate you if you've made it this far. Who do you think would sell more, a Super Saiyan God Vegito or a Beast Gohan Orange Piccolo? Me personally, you know I gotta side with Vegito. He's got more stats to back it up, and this would be a one of one, but it's just an idea, so don't go running with it as if I think it's going to be legitimate. But yeah man, that's going to be the end of the video. These are all the possibilities that are realistic, but there's also a possibility that none of these drop, honestly. But I think if none of these drop, in terms of hype, there's nothing else higher than these that I mentioned here. So I'm kind of expecting one of these to drop, but we will see. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.